What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Wait, what the fuck is that? Dad, is that you? Papa? Why is there a Hitler speech going on? You know what, guys? I know why it is. Because today we're talking about the Overwatch German, everyone's favorite guy, the one, the only Reinhardt. Now I know you guys might be wondering, Gilly, why did you just start the video off with a Hitler quote? It's for the memes, guys. It's for the dank memes. But no, today we're talking about everyone's favorite German. Not talking about Hitler, of course, even though he is a dank memer himself. No, guys, today we are talking about the one, the only, the Reinhardt.
I am the champion.
So what we're doing today, guys, is I figured since Orisa went live today, so console players can start playing, and you know, just people in normal that don't feel like going to PTR can play her, and we can start finally seeing how she's gonna do in competitive and in quick play. I was gonna pull up some gameplay. Now I didn't really want to try to do competitive because I knew everyone was gonna be dying over Orisa, and I wanted to either play Orisa and Reinhardt, and I felt like I might not be able to do that. So this is gonna be a quick play gameplay right now. I am playing Reinhardt. For those of you that do know me, I guess IRL quotes, I love playing Reinhardt. He has been my on and off main kind of since the very beginning. I love everything about him. I love the charges. I love the damage output. I love the fact that he just swings his hammer axe, or in this case, I think it's like a scythe thing, right, for the Chinese New Year skin. He was my first golden weapon. My only golden weapon. I'm about to get a second. But I love him. I love the way he plays. I love the difference. I love his mobility. I love fucking turning sensitivity up to max and just swinging my hammer around and doing like 20 turns in one swing. I love the way he plays. I love going full fucking Beyblade. Because, I mean, I think that's kind of the, it's almost a missing part of Overwatch that I feel like we kind of want back. Sorry for the lag there. It was, the computer was being a little awkward. OBS didn't want to really agree. But, yeah. So, let's talk about Orisa a little bit. Because a lot of people are thinking that Orisa's not going to replace Reinhardt. Or at least the people that I've talked to about the matter, they're like, oh, well, Orisa's the same concept, and she has a shield, and she does more damage. No, okay, it's not how it works. Reinhardt is a vital part of the team. I think that the new best combo, frankly, is Orisa and Reinhardt. I believe together they will fuck shit up. Throw some Metra in there, just have an occasional other barrier thrown around. I mean, I don't see how the enemy team will be able to break through a choke. I think Orisa is more of a... Okay, Orisa will change the tank meta. We do know that for sure. She has a lot of damage, and she's... I mean, she can attack at a range. She's the only true range DPS, because yes, we do have D.Va, and we have Zarya. But the thing with Zarya is her Graviton is really what makes her, and she does not have the damage unless she's at full charge to single-handedly follow through on it. D.Va, on the other hand, yes, she does range, but her ability, since it's more of a scatter shot, it also does less damage, of course, at range. And of course, then we have Reinhardt and Winston, they're both close quarters tanks, and I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Who am I forgetting? God, I'm just looking at this first round again. I really fucking suck at this game. No, but let's see. There's D.Va, Zarya, Rein, Winston, Roadhog. Yes, Roadhog. Roadhog, I guess you could say is a distance tank, but at the same time, the ability that everyone gets tilted over Roadhog is a hook, and what the hook do? It brings you closer to him. So yes, he can maybe one-shot you, but he can one-shot you if you're maybe 5 feet in front of him, not if you're, let's say, I think the distance is supposed to be like 21 meters or 28 meters or something like that. So if you're 30 meters away, you know, you can't do any damage. 38. A perfect example. Let's say it's 25. Let's say it's 25 meters is the distance of Roadhog's hook. All right. So 25 meters is the max range that a tank can do currently. Yesterday, as of yesterday, or this morning. So yes, D.Va can hurt you. D.Va's shooting at afar. Let's say she's really high in the air. She's not going to do a lot of damage, but she could do damage at that distance. Roadhog, if he hits his right click, which is his more direct shot, of course, he can do damage there. Reinhardt, he has the flame strike. He can do damage there. But other than those three, I mean, we're not looking at any damage. Winston can't do range damage at all. Zarya, I mean, yeah, she can just start lobbing her like orbs of energy, whatever the fuck they are. But yeah, I mean, she can start shooting those. But I mean, and at the same time, those are like, so I don't know. But then we have Arissa coming in. She's the hot new rookie. Got that big ass. But no, this robotic cow is really gonna start changing things around. Uh, I know personally I do plan on playing her a lot because this season I picked up a lot more Pharah and Soldier, and I still obviously play a lot of Reinhardt. Trust me, I'm a lot better in that first round. You'll probably see as the games progress, because of course this is my warm up for my comp today as well. So it was kind of sketchy. I just kind of wanted to dig around, to see how Orisa changed. Orisa really didn't do much, but that's a different tangent. Just players being players, but yeah, going back to the distance. Orisa is really changing up the game because she can do consistent damage at a range. Now, yes, of course, it is not. She's not a hit scan. I mean, they're projectile. Like, they take a while to hit. They're like a fire rocket, or maybe a Zen orb. Is probably a better example. But if you can determine where they're going, so any good soldier player can probably fuck people with Orisa. Because simply for the fact that they know how to track people, they know where they're going. Now, of course, there's a bit more of a delay than Soldier. He's being a hit scan and she not, but I mean, you could still do some major damage with her. Now, of course, you can't play her like Reinhardt, where going back to the whole replacing Reinhardt thing. I don't think she can, because yes, she can defend a choke. She can probably solely defend a choke, but at the same time, they break through that choke, or her barrier goes down and for some reason it's not back up yet, it's going to cause some real problems with her Orisa, because she's just going to be able to wail and be wailed on wailed. And she only has like 400 health. Now, for tanks, I mean, that's the low side of the tanks. She doesn't tank a lot of damage. Now, she has, I mean, she of course can defend herself. Jesus Christ, I need to fucking go to sleep. I must be out of my mind. She can defend herself from CC with her shift. She has the miniature graviton. She's kind of like a combination almost of all the tanks and Soldier, and oh Jesus Christ, she's really gonna fuck everyone. She's really changing the meta up. But I mean, as I said in my first video, my first Overwatch rant, people will adapt to the meta. That's its own thing. I was really proud of what I did right here, and I'm getting off topic. I need to get back on topic. Yeah, until the Reaper killed me, of course. Alright, back on topic. Range. She can do range damage, and it's very persistent. Now, of course, let's say if a Reinhardt charges in, misses the Orisa, of course, let's say takes out one of the DPS characters, and now they're all kind of like they're flooding in. They bit of a rush tactic, dive comp. Orisa's not gonna work. She's not gonna work at all. She's gonna get instantly countered because she can't defend against a dive. She cannot defend against a dive. And there's no way Orisa could defend against a dive. Because if we're thinking about how Orisa gets played, all right, you need to play her at a distance, as I've said, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine if you keep her at the distance she needs to stay at to be able to be successful. Like that Orisa, right there, she went in to try to attack, like stay on the point. Now that being said, of course she needs to be on the point. I believe at this point, I'm not really looking, but I think we were at like 85%. So, I mean, we were getting pretty close to winning, and of course this would have been a free win. Like non-contested if they just would have took it here. I don't know why I said non-contested. They still had to get it up really high, but I mean they took the first round. But I don't know why she went in. I think it's a lot of people are thinking that Orisa is really overpowered and people may not know how to counter her yet. But I mean, as you saw, I dashed at her and I killed her. I mean, she couldn't stop it. Now, yes, of course, if she had known I was there, you'd be like, oh, but she could have used her shift and you would have run into her. Yeah, okay, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, is that really the thing? Like that Orisa, she was playing up close and personal. And maybe it's just the way I'm gauging a lot of this. Just my initial reaction is, yes, it is in quick play. And yes, people aren't going as hard, or maybe they're not as experienced. They just kind of have fun and try out the new characters. But at the same time, I don't think that works that way. And let me phrase that a little differently. you can't play. I can tell you right now, if I was to check that person's stats, they probably played a good amount of Diva, and they probably played a good amount of Rein. The Rein, just because they felt it, they felt like there's a common grouping here, and by that logic, I mean shit. Symmetra's Reinhardt. People want to be like, oh, Ursula's changing the meta. She's which she is, of course. But we have no need for Reinhardt anymore. Well, okay, why do we need Reinhardt if we have Symmetra by that logic? I mean, her barrier at least goes forward. Or, fuck, Winston's been here since day one. He has a fucking circular barrier. Yeah, it only has 900 health, but, I mean, Orissa's only has like 1,000. So, I know, I think Orissa's has 900. Winston has a better version of Orissa's barrier, but because Orissa's new and does damage, people are just completely forgetting what Winston has. And with this new Winston patch, with him being able to instantly put down a barrier, little side topic here with Winston going on right now is Winston, I mean, the moment his barrier goes down, the cooldown goes down. So instead of when it gets destroyed, because any experienced player knows that, alright, Winston put his shield down in a bad place, it was an accident, we're just not going to touch it. And if it doesn't get touched, his barrier, someone has to blow up the barrier, or he's not going to be able to get it back. But now with the new patch, the moment he goes down, he can replace it whenever he wants, and that's really going to help him. Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen, kids. I didn't get killed by a Mercy. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, so God, I completely forgot where I was. Oh, right. Okay, so how is Orisa, a little bit of revenge, a little bit of I fucked up. How is Orisa and Reinhardt? How do they work together? I made the claim earlier that they are probably going to be the new unstoppable meta. How do they work together? Well, even though our Orisa, they were countering her the moment she got to site. She really got to be on site very often. So this wasn't a good example for me personally of how it would play in together. Yeah, okay. Yeah, in together. I don't know what I was about to say. How they play in together is if Orisa keeps her barrier up like that, she's blocked an entrance from any damage coming in from that entrance. And I think on King of the Hill maps like this, that's really how she's going to have to be played. Because yes, of course, she's good on payload maps because you put the shield on the payload, it's like you have a Reinhardt. Or let's say we're talking about cap the points, she can hold the chokes. She can do that, but with a position like this where you need to be aggressive and you need to be on the point, I think the Reinhardt is the only way if your team doesn't have a Reinhardt, I don't think your team can have a Orisa. Because even then, they had a Winston on the opposing team, and it wasn't enough to help. Now, that being said, I guess Winston wasn't really trying to protect Orisa, but I think if Winston had, it still wouldn't have been enough to keep her alive long enough. Thinking back, I'm trying to figure out, I don't think there was a single Orisa ult this entire game. By either one. Huh. That's weird. But, yeah, so by playing them together, Orisa, all she has to do is just guard one position of the capture that. Because you think of cap, let's think of well. Well's far more open, or the Ruin, I think is what it's called, Ruins. That one's great, because it's a pit in the middle of the open. Where the fuck do you go? Orisa, that honestly, I don't think Orisa probably could ever work on that map, because all you have to do is maybe get a Genji, or get the Widow, or get the Symmetra, or get the Tracer. There's so many things that can combo against Orisa right now, because of either her size, her speed, or where she has to set up. They can just dash around, avoid the entirety of the team, and no one's going to fucking know. It's going to get Orisa. But if you have a Reinhardt, they're going to be like, alright, Orisa's going to do damage, but if we don't take that right now, we're never going to get the point. And yes, the argument could be made, of course. Oh, but if we had Lucio on point, then if we don't cut the Lucio, then we can't get the point. Yeah, but if the Reinhardt's on the point, Reinhardt, if he has his ult, he can stop an entire team's push. Can he get the team kill? That depends on the Rein's player's skill. But he can stagger them long enough for his team to then show up. And then help. You can kill the Orisa all day long. But see, they never killed me, and then we were suddenly able to take the other 2 points. They focused me so hard the first time, and I was playing like a fucking idiot, that they were just getting free game. Because the Orisa wasn't enough just to stop them, but with the Rein combination of the extra barrier, it was. In this one, they started to focus me a little bit more once again, but they still didn't do everything they needed. And that's really where this meta started to change, is the fact that Reinhardt and Orisa, if you combine those two, It's going to be really hard to push. I really want to try. I'm so excited to try on our payload map with Reinhardt. I think just the combination is going to be impossible to stop them from getting through the choke, and I think this is going to be amazing. Sum it all up, guys. Do I think Reinhardt's going to be out of the meta? No, Reinhardt's not going to be out of the meta. He's safe where he is. He's sitting down on his pedestal. He is the champion. He is the hammer to the Overwatch nail. We need Reinhardt, and we need just to kind of like accept the players. Our characters aren't going anywhere, guys. We love our characters. But I don't want to relive this. I don't want to relive that moment. Oh, God. Wait, glitch in the Matrix. But thank you guys all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next one. PC? Alright, yep.